What is going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. Today is the big day for press conferences at Gamescom. So we have the Microsoft press conference, which I'll be going over in this video. Also, Sony is having a press conference, which I'll be going over later today once I have the video all edited. I was actually really impressed with the Microsoft press conference. They showed off a lot of gameplay. Some of it was live, done on stage. It was very detailed. A lot of the gameplay segments were very long. It was very fun to watch. Some of the games we'd seen before, and we got to see some new stuff. Some of the games we hadn't seen yet. That was very fun to see. And overall, I gotta say, I was really impressed by the show. I think that Microsoft learned a lot back in 2013. They really focused on gameplay just like they did back in E3 earlier this year. They showed off some really fun looking games, and I can't wait to get into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the Xbox One exclusive bundles. So they've decided to make a few bundles. I'm going to put them up on the screen now. One of them you see here is for Advanced Warfare and comes with a special Xbox One and controller. You see with the gray, the yellow, and the black theme to them. I really like the look of the controller especially. They also are going to be releasing a white Xbox One with a white controller that will be bundled with Sunset Overdrive, which should be very popular. And in Europe, they'll be releasing a FIFA 15 bundle. That'll only be in Europe, however. So let's start off by getting into the games. On the game side, Microsoft started off by talking a lot about the indie games. They showed this game off. Man, I wish I could remember the name of it. It's just not popping into my head. Something like, what was it? Oh, it was Super Hot. That's right. So this game basically is you moving around. When you move, time moves. So the world kind of moves as you move. It looks really interesting. It's been available on PC for a while, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. Next, we got to see The Escapist, and this game looks really original. So it's got this kind of cartoonish 8-bit graphic look to it, but it's a really mature setting. You're stuck in prison. There's definitely violence going on. You're trying to escape from prison. You got some friends. You get in fights. There's fights in the yard. Hopefully there's no rapes in the shower, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm actually pretty excited about this one too. Next, Microsoft showed off some Smite gameplay. Smite is a MOBA, so as far as I know, this will be the first MOBA experience to come to the next generation consoles. And if you're into that kind of gameplay, I think you'll be really happy with Smite. It looks like a really fun time. I don't think it's one of the more popular games in that genre right now compared to Dota and League of Legends, but whenever I check out Twitch, it's definitely it's up there on the people watching list. This is Below, and we've seen this one before. We saw it at E3 a little bit. This is a Zelda-esque top-down adventure game, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a very, very distinct visual style, as well as this really zoomed-out perspective that gives you an epic sense of scale, as well as really making you feel all alone in the world. I think this is going to be a really cool game. Microsoft also brought up Sledgehammer Games to demo the Advanced Warfare single player. Now, after yesterday's multiplayer announcement, I was really hoping for a little bit more multiplayer gameplay. The single player looks pretty good. The way they demoed this is similar to the way they demoed it at E3. Very slow, very methodical, and I think that takes a little bit away from how frenetic and cool this game is going to be. I wish that Sledgehammer would learn how to demo these games just a little bit better, because I think that they are not giving them a fair shake, but the graphics definitely look cool as hell. Next, we got to see a demo of Evolve, and they did something interesting with this. They actually had esports announcers commenting on the action as it was going on, which added a bit of fun to the demo. Now, this game looks really fun. We've recently heard that it's been delayed till February of next year, which is really disappointing to anybody who's looking forward to the game, but it absolutely looks stunning, and they definitely want to get this thing going on esports. They want to get a real competitive scene going around this game. We'll have to see if they're actually successful about that or not. Next, we got to see some screenshots for Rise of the Tomb Raider, the sequel to Tomb Raider. This one, we got a release date of fall 2015, and that's about it. A game that really wasn't on my radar whatsoever is Quantum Break. This game is going to have a TV show tie-in. It's a cover-based shooter that also has time manipulation techniques to the main character. He can stop time, he can slow down, he can warp kind of behind enemies, he can do all sorts of stuff with the time management stuff. It looks fantastic. It looks really unique and fun. I really got excited by this gameplay demo. It was a nice long gameplay demo that I think did a really good job of showing off what this game is going to be. And for a game that wasn't on my radar before this conference, it's definitely on it now. I'm really looking forward to this one. We also got another trailer for Fable Legends. This seems to be a strategy-based RPG that's also multiplayer. The graphics look stunning. I'm not real sure what the game is going to be like. I think this is going to be one of those games that you really got to get your hands on to fully understand what it is. Probably the most original game that I got to see today was Scream Ride. So this looks like a combination between Pain for the PS3 and Roller Coaster Tycoon. It looks like you get to build your own roller coaster. You get judged based on how dangerous it is and how many times you get the riders to scream. But it also looks like things can go horribly, horribly wrong. And you actually see people flying off the roller coasters, crashing into buildings, and you get judged on all of that. It looks like a lot of fun. My kids actually loved Pain, so I'll basically pick this one up just because it looks so much like Pain, and I know that my kids will love it, and I also loved it too. If you're still playing Forza 5, there's some really good news. There will be a new Formula E Renault Spark and a Rolls-Royce Wraith that will be free and available today, along with 4 brand new cars. All available now, free on the Xbox One. That's really cool news. We also got to see some more Forza Horizon 2, and the developers were really talking about the multiplayer features of this game. They're really going all out on making this a very social experience. They said that you'll be able to have clubs with up to 1,000 members. There will be drive-avatars so that you can drive around with your friends even if they're not online. Like I said, they're really pushing the social features of this game, so hopefully that'll make the driving experience feel a lot more fresh and a lot more, well, social. One of the games that I've been most excited for since E3 has got to be Ori and the Blind Forest. This game looks stunning. It looks like it has a ton of emotional investment to it. And in this gameplay, it looks hard as hell. If you watch what he's doing, he's got this kind of watery, misty stuff chasing him up the inside of a tree, and he's got to platform his way up. This was a live demo, and it was impressive. It was really a fun gameplay. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. It looks absolutely magical, and this is going to be an Xbox One exclusive, and I think it's probably one of my most anticipated Xbox One exclusives. At E3 this year, a lot of people got really excited about the gameplay that we got to see in Sunset Overdrive. Today, we got to see a trailer that outlines some of the story that was in the game, and the story looks pretty fun. So basically, what it comes down to is there is some sort of evil corporation that has released a toxic power drink or energy drink to the populace that turns everybody into zombies. They're running all sorts of tests on the population. We've got a few heroes that are fighting against this corporation, and this game looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and if you're familiar with the Ratchet and Clank series, you know that they can do weapons right, they can do fun gameplay right, so this is definitely one to look for. A lot of people's most anticipated game for the Xbox One is the Master Chief Collection. It's easy to see why. It's 4 of people's favorite Halo games combined onto one disc with 100 multiplayer maps, redone graphics for Halo 2, but they preserve the original Halo gameplay for each of the games. This is a very compelling package to a lot of people. If you've missed any of the Halo games, this is a great way to get back into it. If you're just nostalgic for Halo 2, again, this is a great way to go back with increased fidelity on the graphics. They showed off how much they've changed some of the levels just graphic-wise, but they've kept all the geometry and the gameplay the same, and I think that's going to be really valuable to players who really miss Halo in a big way. So I'm looking forward to this. It's kind of a slow burn for me. As this gets closer and closer, I seem to be getting more and more excited for it. I definitely want to go back and play some Combat Evolved, and I definitely want to play some Halo 2 multiplayer, so I'll be picking this one up day one. Finally, 343 Industries took the stage to talk about the Halo 4 Guardians beta, which is coming out this fall. So a lot of people are really excited about this beta. It will be a 4v4 arena. It will be available from December 29th through January 18th. It will be 60 frames per second and offer dedicated servers. So I think that all you have to do is buy the Master Chief Edition of Halo to get into the beta. And I think a lot of people will be really excited to see what the next generation of Halo is going to look like on the Xbox One. I certainly am very interested to see that. So that's going to wrap this video up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're interested to see what's going to happen in the PlayStation press conference, stay tuned to the channel. That video will be up shortly, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.